See, JoJo? See what I'm saying?
Cause I really want it. At the time that I'm daydreaming, just know that I'm feeling haunted. My regular scheduled program is always interrupted. Only since the love and affection is so corrupted. A little bit of hate mixed with all this anger, poured out in a pan and cooked up for a stranger. This is danger. Tired, tormented all at once. Smart as I wanna be, but I'm still considered a dunce. No funds, no fun, no fam. People be around, but do they really give a hand? Don't think so. Head up, eyes open, don't blink, bro. There's things you understand and there's things you still don't know.
Who's that moving in the shadows? Going everywhere that I go. Knowing all the things that I know. I won't ever make it easy for you. Shadows, you just waiting for a slip up.
You are now listening to the Real Game Sports Show on Villa Cooler Radio with your boys, Cal Be Easy and Big Marcus.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, yeah. Bring 'em out, hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, what's going down, riders? This your boys, Cal Be Easy and Big Marcus, man. We coming through. This is the Real Game, the hottest sports show in the world, the dopest sports show in the world. This is the Cowboys post-game edition. Big Marcus, what it do? So how you doing?
What's going down?
Man, I don't know, man. Just tried to get my intro together. It was kind of all over the place with it, but we're going to narrow that thing down and get it going. Facebook, what it do, man? We are live. We are Facebook live, but not only Facebook. We are also YouTubing it, and we are also Twitching it up. That's Twitch. That is Twitch. And VillaCoolerRadio.com. Appreciate y'all always for holding us down and turning up with your boys, man. So we're about to get into this thing, man. Your Dallas Cowboys were victorious, Big Marcus. They were victorious today, 33-19 over the Washington Redskins. Before we get into our brief recap of the game, let me give some quick stats for the stat leaders today. Dak Prescott reigned Dakota. He was 14 for 22, 143 through the air. Your leading rusher, we're going to get into a lot of that now in just a moment. Zeke, 33 carries, man. He held it down, 150 yards, 2 touches. And Desmond Damon Bryant, 4 catches, 39 yards. He was your leading receiver today for your Dallas Cowboys. But the defense had 4 sacks, led by David Irving. He had 2 sacks today, 2 sacks for David Irving. So, Big Marcus.
What up, man?
Let's go ahead and get into the game, man. What happened today? What do you see? Let's start off with the first quarter.
Man,
the way the thing started. Let's get into that.
First of all, man, shout out to the Cowboys, 2 straight wins. This might be the first all season, 2 straight wins.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that, man. I think it's my shirt. So I pulled this out the dirty clothes. since I wore it last week.
Okay.
So I put it back on, man.
Okay, we just put it back in rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but what was your question? My bad.
Let's get into a recap, man. Let's let everybody know who kind of caught the game late, didn't see the first quarter. What they missed.
Oh man, the first play, we got the ball, kickoff. First play, we fumble Elliott and put them on the 30-yard line.
Okay.
And they on the 30, they end up scoring. Made it 7-0 right off the bat.
Right
Bam.
off the bat. Okay.
So I was kind of worried about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just looked sloppy. They started out, even the second possession when we got the ball back, it started out sloppy.
But they were playing with a wet football today, though. Wet football, wet field. So it was some tough sledding.
Yeah, true that. Okay. But still sloppy.
Yeah.
You know, still sloppy. But Zeke ended up breaking it, and the second possession we ended up scoring.
Okay. Well, at this point, Washington had got a field goal out of the turnover, right? They got a field goal, made it 3-0. So now we back onto Zeke, and leading to what you're just saying, he busted over for 13 yards, made it 7-3. So at that point, first quarter 7-3. How you feeling? Zeke is on track. Got the fumbleitis out the way. So how we feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great. Wasn't too overexcited. I felt that the offensive line and Zeke was getting back to the form they were last year, and that made me excited.
That's necessary. Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
going. Okay. So 7-3 at that point. Washington gets the ball back. Rob Kelly. He goes in. He punches it over for a yard. 10-7. 6.5 minutes left. At that point, okay, it's ebb and flow. Washington, Dallas, now it's Washington. But this is a rivalry game, so it's to be expected.
I was definitely going to bring that up, man. This is definitely a rivalry game. So it's going to go back and forth.
Right.
It's going to go back and forth. Our defense didn't punt the ball in the first half. So that kind of concerned me. Every time they had the possession, they ended up scoring.
They were able to score, okay.
So.
Okay. Well, at that point, where we at now? So it's 10-7. Flip it over to the second quarter. Washington got another field goal in 13-7. And by the way, Riders, we do have the hotline up in the Cowboys Villa Cool Radio hotline 214-267-8320. Holler at us, talk about the game. Anything you want to share with us, holler us, and we'll holler back at you as well. So. Big Mark's getting back to it, 13-7. Nick Rose kicked the 42-yard field goal. So, fast forward, Zeke. He punched it over again. 1 yard, it's 14-13. So here it is, the ebb and flow rivalry game. What are we feeling like at this point?
I want to say this is when we blocked the field goal.
Yes.
And
yes.
Tyrone Crawford blocked it. Scandrick ran
that was
back.
The big play.
That was That was the play of the game, because they was probably gonna punch it in, score at least 3 points.
Right.
And that would have made it 16-7.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But we ended up scoring a touchdown. Zeke ended up scoring on that play.
Good observation.
And that put us up 14-13.
Right.
You know, so that was the play of the game for me.
Yeah, I think that game, that play right there actually tilted the shift, the momentum shift, because again, alluded to your point, 16-7. At that point, now the Cowboys are playing a different type game. Not saying you're going exclusively to the pass, because as you can see through the stats, Rain Dakota today only threw for 140 yards. So it wasn't that type of game to air it out.
He didn't need to throw for a lot of yards.
Right, but you go down 16-7. You don't know how things are going. Let's say the Redskins go up again. Now it changes the complexity of the game.
True that.
Zeke might not have 33 carries. 33 carries, many times you win the football game. So at that point, 14-13, you up at the halftime point. So Big Mark, let's go ahead and get into we got a break. We got a song coming. Let's go ahead and get into a song. We're gonna come back into the second half, and for us, we're gonna keep going after that into another topic. So Riders, ride with us. We got a song coming up. We're gonna holler at you in just a minute.
What's up, world? You're listening to VillaCoolerRadio.com. Tell your friends.
Smooth sounds of Rick and Thaddeus music.
My daughter working in the gym, practicing backflips. Her daddy waiting outside, writing manuscripts. It's mandatory that we make the most of every gift. I give my children game and hope they spirits lift. Spiritual savage, that's how they reference me. Whoever say they ain't with it, no need to help them leave. God's cleaning up house, he put my life in order. He put me on a higher level than I ever thought of. Thinking to myself, my thoughts gon' get me caught up. Jesus suffered for our sins, with his life he bought us. If life is like a game, I'm in my second quarter. Mr. Savage, adapt the change, some say his flow like water.
Like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
My other daughter graduating, about to go to college. I did the best that I could do to make her hunger knowledge. From humble beginnings, I'm like Christopher Wallace. I could picture me winning with a fist full of dollars. But I'm wishing for nothing, I'm just praising my pilot. He took me from everything that kept me divided. I'm dividing the paper with my people in private. We privately speaking, yet my circle is solid.
Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Daddy duties in full effect. The fully loaded, you disrespect him, I meant your neck. I'm devoted with no regrets. My oldest told me he hate me, I pray for him nonetheless. Forgive us for harsh words. Wisdom say you should bite your tongue whenever your heart hurts. I was heartless, I needed church. Bitter from bad breaks and complaining just made it worse. I'm aiming for higher goals, no generational curse. We generating some dough while keeping the Father first.
This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water.
VillaCoolRadio.com.
Hey, what's going down, Riders, man? This your boys, Cowboys and Big Marcus, man. This is the real game, the Cowboys post-game edition. Your Cowboys were victorious 33-19 over the division rival Washington Redskins. We are not on location, but that is a beautiful, beautiful backdrop that we have.
Man, you like that Cowboys backdrop, man?
Not really, but it is a beautiful backdrop.
Man, don't hate, man.
It is. It is a nice backdrop, man.
I am wearing my 214 shirt, man.
Okay.
Every time the Cowboys win, you will see me in this shirt, man. Okay. This is a lucky shirt, man. I believe in superstition.
But at some point, you got to wash it. Yeah, you got to wash the shirt.
Man, it's just a week old, 2 weeks old, yeah, man. I don't want to wash it, man. Gonna wash the luck off of it, man.
Wash the luck off. I got you. So, Big Mark, so we at halftime now, 14-13. So we're gonna get on to the second half of the game. 14-13 going into half. So the Cowboys come out. They kick a field goal with newly signed Mike Nugent. He actually had a pretty decent game in the conditions. He was 3 for 4 tonight.
He was better when it rained harder. Because he missed, I want to say, in the first half.
He missed the first one, 49 yards. Yeah.
They came out and got a turnover to start off. Fumble recovery.
Yes, Chris, yes.
And ended up scoring. So I was happy that the last couple of weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, Cowboys have came out the locker room flat.
Yes.
And I kind of blamed it on coaching, but this week
they addressed.
I don't know if it was addressed or if we just got lucky and ended up getting a turnover. But I will take it anyway. Take
it how you can get
it. Yeah.
Take it how you can get it. So it's 17-13. So again, Mike Nugent, 36-yard field goal, come back again. They were driving, got kind of held up, had a penalty, come on back. Mike Nugent kicked a 48-yard field goal, made the score 20-13. They're rolling. Third quarter again. Right before the third quarter ended, Mike Nugent kicks it again. 27-yard field goal, 23-13. They're not getting the touchdowns. However, the defense is holding up, which is important. They're all scoring points. So at this point, it's 23-13 going into the last stanza. What are we thinking?
I'm thinking, damn, a lot of Redskins are getting hurt. So
Yeah,
I think they helped us too tremendously. That we had so many players getting hurt.
Right.
But I'm feeling good going into the fourth. This game is basically over with for me. You know.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins threw for 200, I believe 280 yards if I wasn't mistaken. He actually threw for 263. But it wasn't a solid 263. It was that come behind 263. So he was coming from behind the whole game. So with that being said, it wasn't that he was scoring touchdowns with it. He was just getting yards. But the defense was able to hold up, not break, but not break. So at this point, 23-13, Mike Nugent came through. Actually, I said 3 for 4. He was 4 for 5. So he kicked another field goal, 26-13. At this point, it's 8:47 left in the game. The game is pretty much in hand. But Washington did come down and score 26-19.
Yeah, they ended up scoring. But one thing I see this season, I see that the coach is willing to take chances. He did it in the first half, 4th and 1. Some opportunities that I thought he should have ran the ball, he ended up throwing it. It ended up turning out to be the right place. Right. So shout out to Jason Garrett, man.
Redhead Jesus. 26-19. At this point, Washington's come back. They have a little bit of life. They're feeling pretty good. They missed the extra point. So again, they're down by a touchdown. Washington gets the ball back late in the game. They were deep in their territory. Kirk Cousins threw a pick six.
Yes.
Byron Jones sealed the deal. Put the stamp on the envelope, put it in the mail. It's out of here.
Game over.
33-19. That's where we are. So as we end the game, we're going to go into 33-19. So again, for me, the magic number for the Cowboys is what? 30.
And we've been doing it. Hey, you've been noticing this is what, the 4th straight game?
Yes.
30 points?
Yes. I said that to start the season. The best defense for the Dallas Cowboys will be their offense.
But for me, that 30 looks kind of, and I ain't throwing a hamper into the, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't look like a strong 30.
Well, I got both. Well, I got 2 waters.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too.
Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't have 2 waters.
I think that's mine.
That's yours. I don't know. I have 2 waters. Okay, go ahead. My bad. Okay, go ahead.
You got thrown off.
I got thrown off a little bit.
But the 30 doesn't look strong.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that offensively. Let's get into that. You said it didn't look strong. However, the magic number for the Cowboys to be in every game this year, for me, is 30. So for me, how you get there is not so much important. It's just the fact of getting there. Today you needed a defensive pick to get there. Get to 30 points, and the Cowboys will be in every game. You don't get to 30, most likely you'll lose. And if you go back and look at their victories and their losses, they didn't get to 30 points. And we can do that.
I think the key for me was more of the offensive line and Zeke. We're now seeing the last 2 weeks what Zeke truly is. You know, I think he's back into form. I think the offensive line is back into form.
Well, not to throw a monkey wrench in your plans, I thought today they did run the ball well, but they had quite a few penalties. A couple of them game changers because they had a touchdown call back actually. Because left tackle Tyron Smith, he was called for his 3rd holding penalty of the game. 3rd holding penalty. So to me, that's a slight cause of concern because that's all technical work. That's just not moving your feet. That's not paying attention to detail. It was too many holding penalties for me today.
They always had that though. Last year it was.
That's gonna be a problem, Big Marcus. That's gonna be a problem.
Come on, man. What was who retired? Who was the offensive line?
Right tackle Doug Free.
That was Doug Free last year.
Yeah, we
know.
But you can't win. You cannot win games with those mental hapses. Those mental. You can't win a game. You can't win the big game. You get today, but you can't win the big game with that. So, offensively, for me, I thought Zeke played well. You didn't need Ryan Dakota much today. He managed the game. That's what you need him to do, manage the game in those rainy conditions. And as the game went on, the rain was coming down even harder. I thought he played well.
He was okay.
Who's that?
Dak.
Yeah, Ryan Dakota was fine. He was fine. He didn't make any mistakes. He didn't try to be Superman. He played within what the offense called for. The offense called for Zeke to hand the ball off to Zeke, and make your passes, get down the field, convert first down. And today the read option I thought was important. He did that several times.
Oh, that's their play, man. They can go with that any game, man, and get that. Man, shout out to Keith, man. You can call into the show to get on the show.
Yeah, hit us up. That's Bro Law right there. That's Bro Law. We know that is Bro Law. Hit us up, man. 214-267-8320.
Oh, you got the number memorized?
It's right here on the paper.
Oh, okay.
Right
I thought you was you playing like that.
Just keep it going. I didn't have to put the paper in there. We just keep that thing going.
You prepared, I see.
Already. We're going to keep that thing going. So, offensively, we said we got 33 points that was held with the defense. So, let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. For me, I like what's going on with the defensive line.
True that.
What's going on.
And particularly Lawrence. He's a beast, man. I don't know what clicked or what happened. You know what I'm saying? What type of weed he's smoking now? You know, but he is a beast.
Well, you got the Kush strain. What you got?
True that, man. What you say yesterday? That medicinal.
The medicinal.
Yeah.
You got that kind.
I don't know what he's smoking,
but I will say this. I will say this for him. It's a contract year. You hate it, but you love it. You hate to see a guy finally play well in the contract year. But I will say in his defense, he has not been totally healthy either. This year he seems to be healthy, and we're seeing the effects of him being healthy.
Okay.
But again, couple that with it's time to get that money. It's time to go get that bag. And now we bring the A game. But in addition to that, though, Big Mark, I do want to give a shout out to David Irvin. In three games, he's been credited with 5 sacks.
Irvin,
yes, sir.
I want to shout out to Hitchens, man. Hitchens had a hell of a game today.
Hitchens had a great game.
Secondary,
well, we kind of knew going in that the secondary.
Come on, at some point, they gotta take responsibility, man. We can't say, you know, that's just like saying, oh, my kid gonna grow up bad. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something, make a change and do something. But hey.
Well, Byron Jones, he did return a pick 6 to seal the game.
Man, that was late in the game, man.
Well, but
the game was already over with.
Well, not necessarily. 26-19, Washington get down the field, and we've seen Dallas this year lose a game at the end, i.e. Green Bay.
Yeah.
So we've seen that done. However, he sealed the deal. I actually thought today. I thought the secondary did okay. They did okay. Because remember, Washington they threw the ball 38 times. So you're gonna give up to that many yards. But for me, the attempt was 8 to 9 yards for attempt, which is on average, a little better than average. But I thought the defense held up. Okay.
Anthony Brown, I wrote him down on my sheet of paper. So he was giving up a lot. Okay, the first half was full of big plays. So the announcer even, commented on it. You know what I'm saying? And he was involved on most of the big plays.
For me, I think Anthony Brown this year has probably either he's taken a step back or he stood still. I would look for him to progress. I thought last year they hit him. I think you had alluded to this before. They hit him pretty good. This year he's out there. He's starting, and I think in his second year you want to see a player take a step forward. He's either regressed or he's just still. So, because they're picking on him quite a bit. They're picking on him. Because you have Skandrick on the other side, and it's not that he's an A1 receiver, but they found a weakness with Brown. So, Brown has to kind of go back to the drawing board and to the game film and kind of get his game back on point. So,
yeah, he was getting ate up a little bit.
Yeah, he's been getting ate up quite a bit. But I will say this in the defense. We're going to move on in just a moment. The penalty on him in the end zone, I thought that was a bad call. It was a bad call because they were jostling. The penalty actually came later than it should have came. It should have came sooner than what it did. So I thought that was a bogus call. But It happens.
Man, he look like he look at him.
George,
can he move?
Man,
Man.
Riders, we got the TV on.
We got baseball, man. Shout out to Houston, man.
Yeah.
But they got George Bush, the father out there. They got the son. Yeah, because the dad ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna be able to do it.
No.
But man, you ready to get to your?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into Cal B. Easy's 2-minute drill.
Let me find the what's the name, man. For you, man. Get everything ready. You ready?
Set the timer.
I'm just gonna come on.
Now this week's NFL recap.
Let's get it going. This Cal B. Easy's 2-minute drill. Go Thursday. The hapless Dolphins was throttled 40-0 by the Ravens. Side note: when you're waiting for Jay Cutler to come back, you're in trouble. The Dolphins are definitely in trouble. Light work today for Cam Newton. Today he threw for 154 yards, 1 touchdown, had a pick in the Carolina Panthers 17-3 win. MVP front runner Carson Wentz, we're going to talk about him later, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles 33-10 throttling of the 49ers. In a tough win, Matty Ice threw for 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and leading the Dirty Birds over the Jets 25-20. In a brief tutorial, Drew Brees, he showed young Matt Trubisky how it's done, throwing no touchdowns, but 23 for 28, 299 yards in a 20-12 Saints win. Holding off those pesky Chargers, the Pats win 21-13. That 40-year-old, he went 32 for 47, 353 yards and 1 touchdown. Redhead Andy Dalton tossed it around for 245 yards. What's that?
1 minute.
Okay, tossed it around for 243 yards in the Beagles' 1-point win over the Indianapolis Colts, 24-23. That was the score. Early season Super Bowl contender the Oakland Raiders fell to 3-5 as the Bills gave them boys the business, 34-14. Shady McCoy skated around for 151 yards in the win. The Browns fell to 0-8 to the Minnesota Vikings, 33-16. No stats needed there. In an offensive explosion, both quarterbacks passed for over 400 yards, but the Seahawks had the stamina in the end, outslugging the Houston Texans 41-38. Deshaun Watson, watch out for this guy, four touchdowns, 3 picks, but he did throw for 402 yards. In tonight's game, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are playing the Detroit Lions, and tomorrow night you're going to have the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. There we go. Touchdown. 1 minute 54. We got it.
Man, I'm proud of you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you, man.
If you didn't interrupt me, we would have got through that thing. Look,
man, why you always want to blame me on some stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to blame me, man? I'm giving you credit for this is the first time, man. If people don't know, we have been trying to get the 2-minute Chris Berman drill down, and we was having little problems getting it under 3. Under 4 a couple of times.
Three.
But 1 minute 54 seconds today, man.
Just saying.
Good job, man.
I'm
Good
just
job.
saying.
Good job. Cheers again, man.
That's how it's done. I talked to Chris Berman. I talked to him. He just told me how to get it done.
Here you go.
I talked to him. He told me how to get it done. So we got the thing done. So Big Mark, let's go ahead and keep this thing going. Riders, hit us up, man. 214-267-8320. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Always showing out with your boys, man. We're just trying to do this thing. Villa Cooler Media, man. 2018 is over. We are heading for 19. Dez Bryant, man, today, 4 catches, 39 yards. Let me tell you something. Big Mark.
Don't go too hard on him.
Man, Desmond DeMond Bryant. You know, the camera caught him during, the camera caught him during the game throwing up 2 fingers. The commentator was saying either he was throwing up 2 fingers because of the targets or he was doing the peace sign. I'm going to go with the first choice. I'm going to go with option A, 2 targets. He ended up being targeted, I believe, 6 times. He ended up with 4 catches, 39 yards. I'm riding for Dez. But I tell you what, Dallas Cowboy fans, if you want to go for it, if you want to win, Dez DeMond Bryant might not be your answer. If you want to win, Cole Beasley this year.
Oh man, don't mention
Cole Beasley, 17 catches for the season, and he went out today with a concussion. So with that being said, We may not see him next week, depending on how the protocol goes this week. So, young Ryan Switzer, you on deck.
Oh, man.
You on deck. But let's go back to Desmond DeMond Bryant.
Don't be too hard on him because he did catch key first downs.
Towards the end of the game.
Towards the end of the game.
Okay.
So, I just can't put my finger on it. You know what I'm saying? If he don't run the route good, then it's on him. When he do run the route good, that can't get him the ball. It's not an accurate throw. You know, I just don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Well, and today he was matched up against Josh Norman, which is probably, arguably, one of the greatest cornerbacks in the game today. However, I cannot quite figure out because I don't know if it's offensive scheme. I mean, help us out, Riders. I don't know if it's scheming. I don't know if it's route running. I don't know if the connection between Rain Dakota and Desmond DeMond is there. I don't know. When you think it's there, and then you come with a game like this. Now, granted, it was raining, but listen, that's no excuse. Okay, no excuse. 4 catches for 39 yards won't get you far.
But it's okay. We got the win.
You got the win, but that's not a cause for concern. Have to be, Big Marcus. Have to be.
I'm concerned, but as long as Zeke is giving me what he's giving me, man, I can kind of do without, because I know that Witten's going to always give me 6, 7, 8, 9 yards, So, and I can see them trying to get Dez more involved, more slants, more, across the middle passes, but for some reason they just can't connect. I mean, I like I say at the beginning, I don't know how to put my finger up.
Well, you said Zeke, and we're going to get into it later. I'm not going to get into it right now, but tomorrow is a very important day, so we're going to get into that later as far as Zeke. So we're not 100% sure if Zeke is going to be there, but we're going to get into some of that.
Have faith, man. Be positive, man.
I understand, but we have to keep the riders informed. We have to keep them informed. This is the Real Game Cowboys Post-Game Edition Sports Show, so we have to keep the riders informed. So, Zeke, anyway, talking about him, he had listen, that was his best game today. He looked like Ezekiel Elliott. He looked like Ezekiel Elliott, the number 4 pick in the 2016 draft.
Last week wasn't this was better?
Listen, 33 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's not a losing effort. That's a winning effort.
That's a workhorse.
And that's how you win games. You win games by controlling the clock, right? You control the clock, and 33 carries. That means you're not having to throw the ball across the field everywhere. You're not throwing the ball to Josh Norman.
And see, that's why I am cool with Dez with the 4 catches.
But you can't be cool with that. You cannot be cool with that.
I'm kind of like,
possession, real quick possession, 33 minutes to 26 for Washington. So I just want to interject that. Go ahead.
It's kind of like when your girl do something and you don't want to say nothing because you don't want to just, bring it to the forefront. You know it's a problem, but you don't want to say nothing. Okay. That's kind of how I am right now, man. Okay. So I'm not gonna say it to anything about it.
Most times, eventually, you do say something to your girl, though, right?
If it keep happening,
it keep happening. It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
At some point, they gonna get on the same page.
Okay. Well,
214.
We're gonna see 214-267-8320. That's what you was gonna say?
Nah, I was talking about my shirt, man. My lucky Cowboy shirt, man.
I alluded to this a minute ago. I want to talk about that defense. Let me tell you something. That was probably the best performance of the year. Okay.
The defense?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you why. You had 4 sacks. This defense, coming into the season, you're trying to understand who is going to be your stalwarts on defense. Who are you going to lean on? Your linebackers, your D tackles, your D line, or your cornerback? That's 3 segments, 3 units. You think coming in that the linebackers were going to be your leaders, with Sean Lee, Anthony Hitchens, but they were hurt. You had to put Jalen Smith in there early to kind of get him going. Right now, that defensive line is playing really, really good football.
True that.
David Irvin, 5 sacks, remember. And as of today, because Jacksonville was off, your leading sack getter in the NFL is one DeMarcus Lawrence.
True that. But are you including the whole defense?
Well, we have to. I broke it down in units, Big Marcus. I broke it down with secondary, your back end, your linebackers, and your front guys. So when you break it down, you have to look at it that way. Now, as a totality, I thought the defense played well. Rushing, the Cowboys only gave up what? The leading rusher for the Redskins was Kelly with 19 yards.
Man, you can only look so much into that though, because the Redskins was missing 3 offensive linemen.
Listen,
2 Pro Bowlers.
I understand, but you play with what you have. There's no the Cowboys again. They were hurt as well. Listen, I'm not defending the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I thought you were.
I am. I'm not just. You know what I'm saying. I don't know if this was the best game they played.
Well, all things given, it was. I mean, the 19 points that were given up by the Cowboys, that wasn't a good 19 from the Redskins. It wasn't a good 19. You give up 13 early, and then they scored later on. For the most part, you kept the Redskins intact. Jamison Crowder, he had 123 yards receiving, but it was on 9 catches. So that kind of breaks down to what? 10, 11, about 11 yards a catch.
And we need somebody other than Dez to catch balls. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Crop.
Did Terrence
hell.
today?
Yeah, he played.
Did he play? Okay. Did he have any catches?
I want to say he may have had 1 or 2. He might have had more than Dez.
Okay.
But other than that, it wasn't no meaningful plays.
No, it wasn't. I mean, you know, just looking at the stat, I didn't go into the individual stats, but the leading receiver right here has 4 catches for 39 yards. So maybe he had more yards, but he had less catches. T. Will did. So, again, I just think going forward, the offense, the team has to score 30 points a game in order for the Cowboys to have any success, any chance on winning. But again, for me, I thought the defense played well today. All things given. I thought the defense played well. The safeties, the cornerbacks, they held up. You want to bend but don't break. That's what you have. That's the defense that you guys have, a bend but don't break defense. So, Cowboy fans, you should be excited.
I am excited. I told you, man.
4-3.
Man, I'm just going to hit on this before we go to a break, though.
Okay.
The San Fran game is what we needed. And that,
confidence.
Yeah, to build, to figure out some stuff. And now, hopefully, we can build on that and go on the streak.
Right.
You know, so, you know, you ready to go to a break?
Let's go ahead and put Kobe. We got Kobe Savage on deck, right?
Yeah.
Villa Cooler's on Kobe Savage, man. He gonna be in San Antonio November the 5th, bit more down there with Big Bun B doing his thing. So, shout out to Kobe Savage, man. Doing your thing. He's on video shoot today. So, man, Villa Cooler media is all over the place.
Man, we're gonna come back and talk about the future of the Cowboys.
Let's do it.
This is The Real Game on VillaCoolerRadio.com.
Waiting for an answer, waiting like my brother for freedom about a slammer. All eyes on me like I'm Pac on the camera. I came off the block where they rock with them hammers, with them jobs to turn you down, but the streets will plug you in. Have a cool church going, nigga, out there hugging sin. We was stuck and trying to win, hustling, bringing income in, not knowing the system, laughing like they coming to the pen. Incarcerated souls sending prayers to the sky, hoping that God sees every tear they cry. I dodged prison, but I couldn't dodge karma. My choices kept me confined, Lord, cover me with your armor. Mercy is what I need, I'm planting seeds like a farmer. But this time around, it's loyalty and it's honor. Maybe if I'm forgiven and Jesus is in my corner, this troublesome life I see won't bother me any longer.
Every day I send a prayer up into the sky.
Every day,
waiting for an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ.
For an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
I'm smoking kush, reading scriptures from the book of John. If I'm wrong, please forgive me, I'm your fallen son. Misunderstood like a preacher who talks in tongues. You can't relate, your feet never had to walk the slums. I'm waiting for an answer to my prayers. I need peace like my next breath of air. My next breath ain't promised, but I ain't scared. Father, forgive me for sinning like I ain't care. I almost fell off, but I'm still balanced. It's up to me to make the most of each and every talent. Each and every challenge I accept it right. You never know how strong you are until you have to fight. These snakes strike, try and send you to the afterlife. I'm still learning, had to read a few chapters twice. Jesus Christ, have mercy on me every night. I am patiently waiting on your sound advice.
Every day I send a prayer up into the sky.
Every day,
Waiting for an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ.
Waiting for an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
I'm dreaming of a life free from strife, free from fake friends and feds who might indict. Only positive vibes is in my sight. I'm only vibing with God, so when I write, my words bound to take listeners to a higher height. I'm thankful in the morning, thankful in the night. Whenever I'm performing, you can see the light. You can see the inspiration, this is more than hype. I'm the master of these ceremonies. My delivery been precise since a Lord, homie. I'm blessed to bless stages with the good news. I'm trying to split the Red Sea and make a mountain move. My faith stronger than it's ever been. Truthfully speaking, bro, I've never had a better friend. I tried doing this alone, but it's far from done. I need Jesus in my life, Lord, please respond.
Every day I send a prayer up into the sky.
Every day,
Waiting for an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ.
Waiting for an answer.
I'm waiting.
Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins. Every day I send a prayer up into the sky. Waiting for an answer. Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ.
Waiting for an answer. Maybe the Lord will forgive me of my sins.
This is The Real Game on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
Hey, what's going down? It's your boys, Cowboys and Big Marcus, man. We coming through in this thing, man, with the hottest, dopest sports show in the world, The Real Game, the game inside of a game, man. This is your Cowboys edition, your Dallas post-game edition. Your Dallas Cowboys were victorious tonight, Cowboy fans, 33-19 over those Washington Redskins to take their season.
Man, you don't say it with enough enthusiasm, man. The Cowboys won, man. 33-19. We beat the shit out the Redskins. Come on, man.
To bring that season's record to 4-3, they are second.
4-3, man. We are second. We're moving up the charts, man, on the division. Watch out, Philly.
4-3. Philadelphia Eagles are 7-1, so you put 2.5 games behind. So not sure if you're moving up the charts.
Oh, we play them twice. That's 2 games right there.
2 L's probably. So Big Mark, let's go ahead tonight. 4-3. So what we have now is going forward. Going forward.
Give me the you got the schedule. Can you pull that up, sir?
It won't take but a second. I should have had that up. Professionalism is not on deck at this moment. So schedule. Well, I said a couple of weeks ago the next 5 games were going to be very, very vital.
And we are what?
So far, 2-0.
2-0, man.
2-0.
I told you we were going on that streak. We're going on the streak, man. Don't worry about that.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. So going forward, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. You have the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, let's take it one by.
Okay. Well, I like to do it in groups, but let's take it next. Next game is the Kansas City Chiefs on November the 5th.
We'll take that. They're on a 2-game losing streak. I don't know what they did today. If they played today.
Kansas City Chiefs did not play today. I did not.
They might be on a bye. But I know they 0-2 last 2 games.
Oh, they played them. Actually, they played tomorrow night.
Okay.
They played tomorrow night.
Okay, they might be 0-3. So
they play in Denver and they play in Kansas City. So that's gonna probably be a win.
That's a rivalry game. So we don't know what to expect that game. So they're not as hot. So I think we can get them.
Of course, you say that. Eagles, the following week.
Oh, we definitely getting the Eagles, man. Okay. This is we'll be on a 3-game winning streak. And I'm throwing this out here. I'm letting you know what's gonna happen, man. I'm reading this like a book. It's gonna be a great game. We win by a field goal. Hopefully our kicker's back by then. What you doing?
Well, I'm just writing something down. Well, he's out 4 weeks. So according to that, this was the first week. So
Man, come on, man.
After Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So real quick, the next 2 games I want to just line them up real quick for you. You have the Falcons, the Eagles, and then on the short week, that's Thanksgiving week. That's the Chargers. That's the Chargers on the short week. And it's here. So your next, after the Falcons, your next 2 games after the Falcons are here at the house. Actually, when looking at the schedule, your next 3 games after the Falcons are here. You have your Eagles, you have your Chargers, then you have the Redskins again. So it's a very winnable schedule outside of the Eagles.
Man, we could beat the Eagles. I watched the Eagles today. It wasn't nothing special with the Eagles.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not special, but 7-1 don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
World Series alert, man. Houston, we have a problem.
The bases are loaded.
In the first inning.
1 and 2. Dallas Keuchel is on the mound. And
they getting to him.
Yeah, they get.
But yeah, man, don't count us out, man. We might not win the division. I give you that. But our goal right now is to get one of the wild cards. And we just got to knock them down now. You know what I'm saying? Teams that are close to us or around us, man, just like Washington was 3-3 tied with us, let's knock them down, you know, and just move up on the playoffs.
Well, as of right now, if the season was to end today, you guys would be on the outside looking in.
Man, this is just halfway, man.
I know. But you said wild card because outside looking in. But go ahead, Big Marcus.
I told you we are in a. You know, we had a lot of problems at the beginning. You know, Zeke was going through what he was going through. He didn't come in, you know, looking dominant. The line didn't come in looking dominant. Now.
Let's not roll through that, Big Marcus.
Now we are looking like the Dallas Cowboys of last year.
Okay, that's fine, but let's back up a bit more because he said Zeke. Now we we talked about it earlier. Now we at the part where we can kind of dive into some things. Tomorrow is a huge. Riders, listen to us. Tomorrow is the day. We're gonna call it Doomsday potentially. Because tomorrow is the day that they can actually sit Zeke down. We're going to find out tomorrow.
They do go before the judge tomorrow.
The judge that was on vacation.
Yeah, she's back off of vacation, and Dodgers are going to score 2.
No, they got 2 in.
But anyway, she'll be back from vacation. She will hear the arguments from both sides tomorrow around 5 p.m.
And this is the court in New York.
Southern District.
In New York. And this is where Tom Brady lost his ruling against in Deflategate, correct?
Yeah, but Zeke has a whole different set of circumstances or stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does or he wins. But yeah, I don't think the decision will come out tomorrow, but expect it sometime in the next couple of days.
Okay, let's play this game real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Zeke is sat down for the next 6 games. That essentially ends. Let me see. What do they record? 4-7, 4-3, 6 games, 13, 7, 10. So essentially, he'll come back for the last 2 to 3 games.
Okay.
What do you see if possibly he has to sit down for the next 6 games? What do you see from the Cowboys?
I don't know because I haven't seen McFadden yet. So
he was inactive again today.
Yeah, he's been inactive all season.
Yes.
Nice way to collect a check. Don't you get a check?
Not bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Not bad.
Shit, nice.
Not bad.
But anyway, it just depends on the running backs, man. Can these 2 running backs replace Elliott is the question.
And these 2 running backs are Morris. Are we talking about Morris and McFadden or Morris and Keith Smith?
No, Morris and McFadden.
Okay.
Yeah,
I actually like Keith Smith. So I think
that's because you ain't seen McFadden in a minute, man.
I understand, but I think the coaching staff like Keith Smith. Obviously, he's the one that's active, and plus we have to remember too. McFadden don't bring your special team play either. Keith Smith is also a running back, and he plays special teams. So I think from a roster standpoint, it's to Cowboys' advantage to play Keith Smith as well. We're trying to do a Cowboy show here, but Big Marcus is tuned in on the World Series.
Man, come on, Houston. We got a problem, man.
Yeah, down 3-0 in the top of the first. 2 outs. So with that being said, for me, tomorrow's gonna be a very important day. I'm gonna have my phone fully charged. I have my alerts ready, and I'm waiting for the ruling. Hopefully we get it tomorrow, but like Big Marcus said, it may not come tomorrow. But we are waiting in anticipation on the Zeke Elliott's decision from the New York court in Southern District in New York.
Think positive, man.
Think positive. So, Big Marcus, I want to talk to you real quick before we get out of here. I want to talk to you and wrap this thing up, man. You have been listening to the Real Game Cowboys post-game special edition show. Appreciate y'all, like I say, for always tuning in and turning up with your boys. Download the Villa Cooler app. Go to your app store. You go to iTunes and
Google Play
in
a couple of days.
Yes, sir. It's going to be up, downloaded, because not only do you get the Real Game, but you also get the Block, which is the hottest show on Facebook right now, and also great music 24/7 all day, every day. Man, our DJs are on point.
Make sure y'all check out the YouTube channel, Villa Cooler Media, man. We got all the past shows from the Block and the Real Game. We got videos. The Cowboy shows will be on there also. So check us out, man.
And subscribe, and you get a free gift once you subscribe. So appreciate that.
I'm giving out free T-shirts, man. Villa Cooler T-shirts.
Appreciate the support. Real quick, before we get out of here, I want to talk about who's for real and who's for play. Real quick, who's for real and who's for play. This is the contender, pretender part of the show.
Okay.
Now I want to give you the team. I'm going to give you the record. Let me know, are they for real or are they not, and tell me why. Please.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Houston, they are 3-4.
Play.
Hey, wait a minute, sir.
Okay.
They are 3-4. However, Deshaun Watson is playing great football. Are they for real or are they for play?
Trust me, he's playing great football. I like what I see from him, but they are play. Because at the end of the day, you got to win. And that's the difference between Dak and Watson. The wins.
Well, I agree with you. I do agree with you. However, in the division that they're in, which is the AFC South, they are only one game out because the leading team in that division is the Titans and the Jaguars, which are both 4-3. Houston's right behind them at 3-4. So for me, I think they are for play. However, in that division, they are not out of it. They are not out of it.
No.
That is probably one of the weaker divisions in football.
Like last year.
Yes. Next team up on deck is your NFC East leader, Philadelphia Eagles, 7-1. Are they for real?
Play.
Really?
They ain't playing nobody, man. Who they play today? Where your notes at, man?
They 7-1. They are playing other NFL teams. Today the Eagles set down.
Man, they played the 49ers, man. Yeah, man. Come on now.
So it's funny. The Cowboys got their season jump started with the 49ers, but when the Eagles beat them, it's nothing.
Did I say the Cowboys was something just because they?
I know, but you was excited that they needed that win.
Hey, we needed that win. Okay. And just like we needed to win, the Eagles got their win off the bat. But that don't make the Cowboys. I'm not saying Cowboys are contenders because they beat San Fran.
Okay. Well, what's gonna happen? We're gonna see in 2 weeks. We're gonna see in 2 weeks the Eagles and the Cowboys. So we're gonna see that matchup. We're gonna see it materialize in front of our eyes. We're gonna see.
Don't be surprised, man.
We're gonna see if they're for real or if they're for play. We're gonna find out in a couple of weeks, Riders. The next team on deck are your Minnesota Vikings at 6-2. I'm surprised at the Minnesota Vikings 6-2. Are they contenders or are they pretenders?
I am very surprised. Also, just because I don't know too much about them, I'm gonna say pretenders.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because your quarterback. Who is the quarterback?
Well, Bradford was hurt today. Was Case Keenum. Case Keenum actually had a really great game. Now they beat Cleveland.
Man, you give me all these teams that beat these guaranteed.
He threw for 200.
Man, you ain't gotta give me no stats, man, because he played Cleveland. I don't want to hear no stats.
I understand, but they are 6-2.
They play, man.
Bradford is coming back. The defense is playing strong, and like I said, they do have Harrison Smith, which is probably the best safety in football. Harrison Smith, watch him. Last team for the contender and pretender are the New Orleans Saints. 5-2. Who that? 5-2. What do you think? They play Chicago, beat them. Drew Brees gave a tutorial.
Man, you know I'm hard on giving people contender status, man.
Okay.
I just can't throw that around loosely, man. That's kind of like the Cal Be Easy, Breezy Hall of Fame, man. You know what I'm saying? You just can't.
Which is epic. You catch that on the Real Game Sports Show every Saturday 2 to 4.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say right now, pretender. Offense clicking. Drew Brees is who he is. Look like they found the running back after they got rid of Peterson. I just don't know about the offense. I mean the defense. That's real tough.
Far, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, you good.
Okay, so far 5-2. They are holding up just enough. So I'm gonna keep my eyes definitely on the New Orleans Saints because, like I say, with Drew Brees and the head coach, they are always dangerous. To me, as long as those guys are together, they are always a dangerous pair. So I'm gonna keep my eyes on who that nation down at New Orleans Saints. So with that being said, we have wrapped up the contenders and pretenders, and ultimately we have wrapped up another edition of the Real Game Cowboys Sports Game. Post game show. We wrapped up another show. So riders, today your Cowboys were victorious, 33-19. Next week on deck, they do have. We just talked about it. The Cowboys play next week. Not the Chargers.
Chiefs.
They got the Kansas City Chiefs next week. So, with that being said, riders, appreciate y'all for tuning in and always showing out with your boys, man, giving us a shot. Just spend a little time with you, man. Appreciate that.
Shout out to the Cowboys, man. Great win, man. Let's celebrate, man. Let's smoke lots of blunts, man. Let's do it big tonight.
Well, I suggest y'all don't smoke lots of blunts. I suggest you just go home and just enjoy your family. Don't smoke lots of blunts. Half the team was on suspension because it's lots of blunt smoking. So let's just relax on the blunt smoking, Cowboys.
Oh, tomorrow go get your free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box.
With a purchase?
One purchase, man. Fries, soda, anything you want to purchase.
Free jumbo jacks, a bum boy jack.
Man, I go every Monday, man.
Yes, sir. So, Big Marcus, with that being said, hey, man, we man that thing down one more time, man. Y'all have been tuned in to the Real Game Sports Show. You can also catch the Real Game every Saturday 2 to 4 live, and you can always catch the rebroadcast on VillaCoolerRadio.com. You can catch us on YouTube and Twitch as well. And don't forget, wake up your mornings with The Block, the hottest show out there right now. You catch them at 11 to 1. They bringing y'all the realest topics on air. So, Big Marcus, it's that time.
Yeah, man.
Let's get out of here. Let's do it.
Man, we out this bitch.